So we can start, sir.
Yes, Lakshmi. Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to GST Zen Knowledge Update Series. Lakshmi, is my voice audible clearly?
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible and clear.
Perfect. And let's see, is my screen visible? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible now.
Very good. Welcome to the participants. And before I start the session, a couple of people to be thanked for ensuring this webinar happens on time, for Vasistha and Lakshmi in managing whole of the thing, and Akhila for coordinating on the presentation, and Manisha for the technical demo. Let's get into the session. What we are going to discuss today are three important aspects. Aspect number one is the recent GST compliance related changes. Please note, we are not talking about 56th council meeting minutes updates, because there is only one circular that has come and there's a lot of rate notifications have come. But however, there's no notification has come. It's only by way of press release. We have an information, right? So we will have a session in the due course, the impact of it. But what we are looking at is, we as a GST Zen, who is an ASP GSP, ensuring the better GST return filing and compliance. We will be talking about, in terms of filing the returns, what are the compliance changes that have come. We will look at that. That's number one. Number two, more important part of today's webinar is input tax reconciliation and how it can be simplified with GST Zen. So the second part, I would be talking on basics of input tax credit. It's more to do on the new people who come into the organization, getting them apprised about input tax credit. And the third part of today's session would be handled by my colleague Manisha, who will be actually walking through whatever I share, both from the compliance changes and the ITC changes on GST Zen portal, how actually happens. This is about our webinar for the day. And to introduce you GST Zen, GST Zen, we've in the business since GST has come in, and we are an ASP, application service provider, and a GSP, GST Suvidha provider. We've been handling clients in providing the software as a service. We're also been handling clients in giving an API solutions who process their returns. The 50,000 plus customers who use application, and more than a lakh records of reports that get downloaded. As we speak on a real time, there are a lot of e-invoice e-bills get generated. So like you can see, around 35 million e-bills get processed through our application. And our customers are present across India on different locations. So it's a cloud-based pan-India SaaS product. And to name some of the reputed customers who've been using our applications, these are our proud customers who use our applications. And what the good part of the application is the Excel reports. We finance professionals are always comfortable with any report that is coming in and is available in Excel for an easy consumption or presentation to the management. So the data that is there in the government portal, which is in a JSON form, is automatically converted into an Excel. In fact, JSON to Excel conversion has been one of our the top hit application, right? Apart from that, the people love for a consolidated return. And if you're a user and you have never used it, this is something you should explore. Consolidated return, on a click of a button, you will be getting 12 months GSTR1, GSTR3B, GSTR2B, GSTR2A in detail, a summary of it. Not just that, how you have a tax liability comparison statement on the government portal. We also have a comparison statement 1 versus 3B, 2B versus 3B at a summary level at each of the section level, and you can trace it back to which item which is missing. And that's just few to talk. There are a lot of reconciliation tools and other things that are available. All right. With this, I welcome to the session, and my name is Venugopal. I'm a chartered accountant in practice. I've been in practice since 2002, and I've been working with GST Zen as a product advisor and being part of this tool from the beginning. Let's start with the first part of our today's discussion, which is recent compliance changes. And users, I would request any question that you have about any part of the discussion, please use the Q&A section and you can post your question and our expert team would answer. In case if some of the question is not answered, I am there. I'll be taking care of all the answers. You're here. My endeavor is all your questions are addressed and you leave back the webinar with the knowledge that being enhanced. The first part of the discussion of ours is on the compliance changes, the recent compliance changes. Pay attention. Point number 1, this has been implemented in May 25. Firstly, the HSN entry in table 12. This has been made mandatory for quite a time. Now, the manual input into that HSN has been disabled. I am repeating again, the manual HSN entry in this input is disabled. If you are doing e-invoice, data from the e-invoice will automatically spooled and come in. And to whom e-invoice is applicable? Anyone who is having turnover more than 5 crores. Any year starting from 2017, e-invoice is applicable. So basis the e-invoice data would come. So if there is an additional data, how do I enter? Now, when will there be an additional data? 2 situations. Situation number 1, you are not in e-invoice. Okay, those with the customer e-invoice, if you are making a supply to B2C, B2C is a consolidated data entry, so that you will have to do HSN. Now you may ask, hey, I am Apollo and I sell medicines across the counter to the customers. There's a lot of HSNs. Or I am a big bazaar, I am more supermarket, I deal with so many of the consumer items. How do I do it? So they have, say, given an offline utility, or if you are using tools like GST Zen, you will have a facility through an API mode, data gets automatically integrated. That's point number 1. This HSN reporting is now divided into 2 categories. Category number 1 is B2B supplies. Category number 2, B2C supplies. So if you are e-invoice, B2B data would predominantly come in. HSN-wise summary must be entered in separately each of the tab. Yeah. Now system does some validations. What are the validations it do? Now table 12 is the summary of like UQC, unit of measure, with the unit of measure, with the HSN, with the rate of tax. It would try to match the turnover values in the respective tables. What are respective tables? Table 4A and 4B. Outward supply, whether forward charge or reverse charge. Table 6B, supply to an SEZ. Table 6C, deemed exports. Table 8, if there is a registered, though 8 has no bifurcation. If there is a registered, that is why I put it in the bracket. Then 9, credit note, debit notes, and amendments to table 4, say 4, 5, 6, right? Likewise, there is an unregistered 5A, which is B2C large. 6A is exports, while 6B and 6C is supply to an SEZ and a deemed export. 6A is exports. Whether it is with payment or without payment, it is now considered as B2C. But for the purpose of e-invoice, exports are considered like B2B, e-invoice is applicable. For the purpose of HSN, exports are considered like B2C and it is reported. Now, whether it's export B2B, B2C, I'm not getting into that fundamental question. I am saying that where it has to be reported. Then table 7, that is the predominant table of what we sell, what we sell to an unregistered person. A is intrastate, B interstate. All those have to be reported. Right. Now, why is 9A, 9B, 9C coming? Is to the extent of table 5, to the extent of table 5, the amendments would be coming into table 9. So that is why you can see 9 registered in the bracket is in above, 9A unregistered is in the below. Right. Hope this is clear. Next, when we are talking about amendments, what gets reported in 12 is the delta. That means difference. Originally, I have reported a turnover of 1 lakh. Later, I have amended the invoice to 1,20,000. So only the 20,000 delta differential value has to be reported in B2B. Sometimes the value may go down, the differential value has to be done. As of now, the portal is giving you a warning. Whenever the data is mismatched, it gives you a warning. Even if you don't correct it, you will be able to file. It is not going to block you. So you be aware that it is going to give you. And B2B tab, it cannot be empty if you have a B2B reports. This validation was there from the beginning. So the warning kind of you see for it's only B2C, but for the purpose of the B2B, if you are reporting a turnover in table 4, you cannot leave table 12 B2B section empty and file the returns. Hope this is clear. The next part, they have little enhancements done. They have given you list of HSN codes for you to download to understand the products and UQC better. You can search your product in your master, or you can have the HSN reported at 4 digits or 6 digits basis the turnover. If the turnover is less than 4 crores, if the turnover is less than 4 crores, if the turnover is less than 4 crores, 5 crores, it has to be at 4 digits. If the turnover is more than 5 crores, it has to be 6 digits. This is coming from age old days. There is no change in it. Table 13, document summary has been made mandatory. Effective from May 25, it is mandatory. Now, I would like to show on the government portal, how does it look like? Let's dwell into the government portal and see how this is showing up. Where is the government portal? Let me just log into the government portal. Lakshmi, is the portal visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
All right. So let's just log in. Okay, under the services tab, user services, over the period, the line items that are coming in the user services, it is going up. I would recommend everyone spend every week some time to understand what are all the various services that are there. You can see there is a tab by name My Masters, and it's not that something new. It has been there from the ages, but they have made it like enhanced. Product Master. So you can have your products being available, both HSN or services. Like 99, if I enter, it will be, sorry, 9954, if I enter, it will be showing list of entries which are there under 9954. Now 99 is SSC, all the SSCs are at 6 digits. Now if I say chapter 87, and if I go 8701, which is automobile related, so you can see at 8701, what is 0110, 0120, 0121. So after you enter 4 digits, the next 2 digits would be automatically populated. Now, if you think that your turnover is less than 5 crores, you can stop here and you can do it. It has to be a drop down that needs to be selected. Okay. And you can have your product name. This is what the HSN description is. You can say this is Mahindra tractor. You can say it, you can select the GST rate, and you can create this as a master. Now, why do you need to have a master? Let's go and let's say where is it applicable? Let's come to pick a written. Let's go to file returns and see. I'll just pick September, prepare online, and let's go to table 12, HSNY summary. Here is the data where you can enter the HSN, and you can see the product name as in my master. So that means whatever the HSN 8701, let's say 10. So in your master, if there is a name given, you will get that information as here, right? This is what you can do. You can click on download HSN codes list. You will get the HSN code. Let me just open and share that to you. I've just downloaded the HSN. Here is your HSN. Enable. Yeah. So you can see there is SSE master and HSN master. You can see HSN master and SSE master. Enter some 25,000 lines of the HSN. Yeah, 21,797 lines of the HSN. The entire HSN master is available. So on a click of a button, you get the entire HSN. Now, you have to necessarily select your product under this category. It's a little unfortunate that if you are fitting some HSN and it is not available here, you have to raise a grievance, but you have to pull necessarily. They have ensured that all the necessary items are taken here, but something that you will also have to spend time in getting this fixed or get it right. So this HSN master is available on the portal. You go and you download here as HSN master, right? Let's come back to the portal. So here is the HSN master. You can download the HSN summary from the e-invoice. So the data would be coming from the government portal. So what is necessary is each of the unit wise out of all the available the UQC, each of the unit wise you can give your quantity, rate, and everything. So you B2C. B2C is you have to add a record by record by record. Now, can I do some manual upload? Yes, you can do a manual upload. And if you are using an offline utility, but when you are using tools GST Zen, there are APIs where in the Zen you can you can upload an Excel file. Data from the Excel file gets transferred. You can see here on the top there is B2B and B2C. You have two different information available, both B2B and B2C. Both needs to be entered. Both needs to be entered. It is not that everything will be under one section. The only thing is you will not give the GSTN of the recipient, but you will be entering the same in two different sections. As I explained earlier, B2B is coming from table 4, table 6B, table 6C, and table 9. B2C is coming from table 5, 6A, and table 7. So this is the data that needs to be entered. Now going back to the masters, Let me go back to the user services and the masters. You have master, product master, supplier master. By the way, you can, when you go to the supplier master, you can automatically add any suppliers. Basis the returns that you have filed, information from your returns which is there, automatically this information is pre-filled basis your data. But you can add an information and create your master. Once the master is created, both product master and the supplier master, you can download these masters. You can download it as an Excel file or a JSON file. Let's say you don't want to do a data entry, you have a facility to upload your masters. So you can upload again master from the offline JSON utility. So you can upload a JSON and the product master and the supplier master will get automatically updated and filled, right? This is a little bit on HSN, UQC, the masters that have come. Before I move on to enhancements on 3B, are we clear? Is whatever we have discussed so far, is this conversation clear? Anyone, any question? If it is clear, you can type it in the chat as yes, clear, so that I know that we are all in the same page. All right, so I can see one response from Mr. Ramarao. Thank you, is clear. There's a question from Sri Hari. Based on HSN codes, can we come to the opinion the type of TDS that is will be applicable if it is relevant to HSN code falls in services? Yes. Generally, Chapter 99 is services and TDS would be applicable. What you will not be able to predict is the 50 lakhs and above, the TCS and the other new things that has come, that you will not be able to fill it out, but otherwise it is you will be able to do it. Yeah, I can see some thumbs up coming in. Pretty good. There are any questions in the Q&A? No, and the chat is also clear. Very good. Let's move to the next part of the discussion, which is GSTR 3B. Changes which happened from July, which is in filing in August. Government said that 3B auto-populated liability will not be editable. There were representations that have been sent saying that, okay, industry is not aware of GSTR 1A utilization. Though the advisory has come in that it will be locked, they have kind of relaxed. Now, what do you mean by locking of GSTR 3B? No problem. If at any given point of time, if my voice is not clear and not audible, just leave a message in the chat. Our tech team will come and just intimate me. Yeah, coming back to this 3B auto-populated liability. Let's say I've reported my turnover as 1 crore and 18 lakhs liability, but I realize that my turnover is not 1 crore, let's say 1.5 crore. So I have to report a turnover of 27 lakhs. I will use GSTR 1A and report the differential 50 lakhs and my 3B gets filled automatically. Let's say my turnover instead of 1 crore, I was supposed to report only 10 lakhs. By mistake, a zero got added. So for a 10 lakhs, I can't pay 18 lakhs liability. My liability is only 1.8 lakhs. So in my 1A, I will make an adjustment. So increase in turnover, decrease in turnover. How does increase, decrease happen? I have not reported an invoice or over-reported an invoice. I have not reported a credit note, any of that. Okay, so people say that it is it's only portal screen is visible. Let me come back and okay. For the benefit of others, is the PPT visible? Just put it as yes in the chat if the PPT is visible.
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, I can see as yes, there's one person visible. It means it would be visible to all. Perfect. So 3B is locked. I'm sure you got the message very clear that any corrections that you want to do, you have to do with 1A and you can't do directly on 3B. 3.2, which is more to do with 3.1 is liability, 3.2 is kind of e-commerce operator or interstate supplies to URPs. Even this is also auto-populated and you cannot make any edits. Amendments will be allowed only through 1A. This is also another important note that has come. Then there's an advisory that has been given on IMS and which is more to do with the credit notes and wrongly rejected invoices. What is that one can do and what can be corrected and what cannot be corrected. For a wrongly rejected invoice or credit notes or anything, these documents can be corrected. If the supplier is in the same reporting month, he can make the amendment in 1A. If it is an amended table, then he would be doing in the GST or one of the future period. So recipient will have to accept that in the IMS and do a recompute. Recipient will be doing an accept and recompute. So if it is the same month, I will use 1A. If it is a subsequent month, I will be using GST R1. When will I do it? Supplier has issued an invoice. I am the customer. I should have accepted it for me to take the credit. By mistake, I have rejected it. My credit gone. So it will be going back to the supplier. Supplier will open that invoice in the amendment section and enter. Now the supplier may ask, I've already reported. You're asking me to report it again. Will the liability go up again? Answer is no, it will not. And the feature to amend a record is there already. So they will use that feature and do an amendment. What if there was no amendment? It's okay. You open the record and just again save it. That's all you will be doing as a supplier. You open the record under edit section, amend section, and you save it. It will again report back to the recipient for taking the action. If the recipient is rejecting second time, nothing can be done, and you have to cancel the invoice and issue a fresh invoice. ITC will be reflected in the same tax period. It will be reflected in the same tax period, the period in which the action has been taken. If you have taken action after 13th, it will be next month. Whenever you are doing it, it will go to that concerned tax period. So from the supplier's perspective, there will not be any increase in the liability. It is only re-reported. And for credit notes, if something is originally rejected and re-reported, the liability gets added back, but the reducing happens only if the correct amendment is happening. Let me give you an example. I am the supplier, you are the customer. I have raised an invoice for 1 lakh rupees and 18,000 rupees GST. You have returned back some goods worth 10,000 rupees. I have issued a credit note for it. Now, when I issue a credit note, my liability will come down. Let's say I've issued a credit note of 10,000 rupees and 1,800. Now, the moment you accept it, your ITC will come down. You didn't know what it pertains to, and you by mistake you have rejected it. Now, the moment you reject it, your ITC will not come down. I have already reported my GST or 1A. I have filed my return, reducing my liability. In my next month tax period, it will automatically get added as a liability. So the month in which you rejected, the next month it gets added back. Now, when it is added back, I'm realizing that I have already reduced the credit note. Why is it adding back? I will go back to the amendment section and again I will re-enter that item. Now, what will happen is a new credit note will be getting added for me and you will have to accept. So if you don't accept the credit note, then it will become a liability to me. So I will no longer be having an option to edit it further. Let's come to the second core of today's discussion is input tax credit. And I'll just give you a quick overview. So there are a lot of customers who have asked us, sir, can you do a brief of input tax credit and how we do the reconciliation? So I will spend more time giving to Manisha explaining us what are the features of input tax credit reconciliation overview. Concept of input tax credit is pretty simple. The benefit of purchase has to be given and the seamless credit has to be passed. GST is never a cost. There will not be any cascading effects. GST will become cost if the ITC is blocked under 17 subsection 5, or government is breaking a chain saying that it is an exempted goods, or it is saying that the purchase is by end customer, so it is terminated, leaving that the whole of the people in the chain will pass on the input tax credit. What is an input tax credit? Defined under 2 subsection 63, it means credit of input tax. And what is credit of input tax? It is defined under 2 subsection 62. It is CGST, SGST, IGST charged on any supply, and it would also include IGST on imports. So IGST that you have paid on imports, which you report under 4A1, the tax payable under 9.3 and 9.4, which you report under 4A3, or any taxes that you are paying under the UTGST or IGST, even that which would include import of services, where you report under 4A2. All these are your input tax credit. Now there are 6 conditions and followed by 3 provisos. What are the conditions? First, 16 subsection 2A, you need to have an invoice, tax paying document. You 2AA, which has been introduced later, where this invoice is there, but the invoice should have been furnished by the supplier. So he should have reported in GSTR1. Then 16.2B, you should have received the goods. And 2BA, now supplier has furnished, but it should be communicated to you. That means is filed R1 within the time. If the R1 is filed within 11 months, it is available in this month. If it is not filed within this month, then it would be available in the next month. Then 16.2 subsection C is like the tax, whatever which has been reported should have actually been paid to the government. So this we will read it along with Rule 37A. And lastly, you as the recipient, input tax credit is not your statutory right. It is a right which is given, and it is a conditional right. You will get the credit only when you avail the credit, when you file the return. We have 16 subsection 4. You can avail a credit at a later point, but that later point cannot cross beyond 30th November of the subsequent financial year or filing of annual return, whichever is earlier. A lot of people asking when is the annual return going to come. We are also hoping that it should be available anytime for filing of the same. Now, is input tax credit available for everyone eternally? Input tax credit is available 17 subsection 1, subsection 2, read with the 17 subsection 6, which is a procedure defined in Rule 42, the manner in which one has to get the credits. Rule 42 appears to be complicated, where it says the credits of T1, T2, T3 are ineligible. T4 is 100% eligible. The common credit, which is C2, has to be proportionately utilized. And the C2 is divided into D1, D2, and C3. Only C3 is available. Now, as I'm saying, for someone who, if it is new, it appears like a Greek and Latin. But when I show you on the screen what you are seeing, it's pretty simple. All that they say is input tax credit pertaining to taxable supplies in zero rated, which is exports or supply to SEZ, is available. That is your T4 credit. The ITC pertaining to non-taxable supply or personal use, which is 17 subsection 1 or T1, you don't get the credit. Pertaining to exempt supplies, which is 17 subsection 2 or T2, you don't get the credit. Also, the rate notification said that if it is something which is exempt and common, they are deemed as exempt. And 17 subsection 5 is T3 specifically blocked, you will not get the credit. That is T1, T2, and T3. Now, what is blocked credit? 17 subsection 5 says anything relating to motor vehicle. Now, someone who is in the business of motor vehicle, for them it's not applicable. But someone who is using motor vehicle in the course of the business. I am a software company, I'm providing motor vehicle for my employees to commute from home to office, or my director a car, none of them will get a credit of it. I am buying staff welfare, food and beverages, no credit. If there is any tax paid under section 74, no credit. Here, I would like to highlight one point. It's only section 74. Let's say you have paid tax at the rate of 12% for a certain turnover. Government is now saying, no, it is not 12%, it is 18%. There's a rate confusion. So you are now paying additional tax, and this is being paid under Section 73. You can raise a debit note, send it to your customer, you pay the taxes, customer will be eligible to take the credit. I am talking about something of the past, no problem. So additional tax that you are paying owing to a classification issue and the demand is being raised under Section 73, you will get the input tax credit. So just don't think that it is a cost. What would be cost is the interest amount. Then other activities like goods lost, stolen, CSR activity, life insurance, it is only related to life and not the general insurance. 17 subsection 5 clause C and D, which is relating to works contract, you will not get any credit. Any goods withdrawn by the owner, you will not be getting the credit. How does the credit flow? Whatever the values that are reported in GSTR 1, this is now being reported into IMS. Directly the data from 1 was going to 2B. Now it would be reported in IMS. You as a recipient, you will be accepting in the IMS. Only then it would be reflected in 2B. If you are not accepting in IMS, the record will stay in IMS. If you are rejecting the record, it will go back to supplier for again his action. So if you are accepting, it would move forward. If you are keeping it pending, it would be staying in IMS. Whatever coming to 2B, it will be going to 3B. Now the credit going to 3B is necessarily to be availed. Now utilization reversal left to you. That means eligible, ineligible credits, all the credits have to be reported in 4A5. Of the credits, you have to choose how much you want to avail. Only that should go to 4C. What is table 4 of I'm talking about 3B. So the entire credits comes to 4A5, whether eligible, ineligible comes to 4A5. If it is ineligible, permanently it will be reported in 4B1. If it is a timing difference, you have not fulfilled some of the conditions under 16 subsection 2 and you want to avail it in a later date, you will report it into 4B2. This is the flow of GSTR 3B. Now the reconciliations. What type of reconciliations that you should be doing, which my colleague Manisha would be showing. First, you need to have a facility to reconcile with the books and what you have filed and what is available. Now available, predominantly people still do reconciliation with 2A. Is 2A necessary after 2 being there? Answer is yes. 2A is still necessary even though 2B is there. See, 2B talks about how much credit is available in the current month. 2B is like your bank statement. Actual money that I have received. 2A is like your sales register. Accrual goes to sales register. Receipt goes to the bank register. Likewise, 2B is the quantum of the credit that you are able to take in this month. 2A is the quantum of credits that are available in the current month. 2A is dynamic, it keeps changing basis the people who are filing the returns. The compliance level has substantially gone up. In fact, India is kind of a very compliant country. In the beginning itself, I am talking about the statistics of the year 1. The compliance rate was 87%. So that means 87% of the people are aware, understood, and they are doing on a timely manner, right? So we know initially we have a lot of hiccups. So portal was not available. Up to 150,000 users only can log in any given point of time. After that, it will have to wait. All that. In spite of difficulties of not knowing everything, 87% of the compliance was there in the initial periods of the GST, right? That's a pretty good number. And today, if I have to say, 99% would be kind of compliance. And thanks to tools like GST Zen and others, which are seamlessly integrated. That's where Manisha will explain. When you have to do a reconciliation with the books, you don't need to do every. If you are using a standard applications like say Tally, Zoho, or SAP, on a click of a button, there are connectors which will connect, get the data, and do the reconciliation. But if you have done a customized in the SAP, you have a Z reports, Tally, you have added a TDL. We have a simple Excel connectors. You take an Excel, one time you do the mapping, you just drag and drop your file, things will go up, right? So that's the first reconciliation. Then you have ECRs, electronic credit reclaiming statement, right? So whatever you have reported in your 4B2. If you want to avail at a later period, which is a shadow ledger, it would be reported there. But whenever you are reversing it and re-availing it, reversal is reporting in 4D1, and I'm moving out from my reclaimable ledger to actual claim ledger. So even reverse credits moving into ECRS, credits moving out of ECRS needs to be reconciled. IMS is one other dynamic register that needs to be reconciled. All this needs to be reconciled, and Manisha would be explaining. Now, this inward reconciliation. So ITC claimed in 3B, which is more than ITC which are there in 2B. Ideally, you shouldn't, but portal is currently permitting to make an edit, so you need to have a track of it. If there is any ineligible ITC you're not claiming in 3B, it would be there in the two sections, in 2B rejected sections and in 4B1. You need to have a track of it. If you are reversing any credits temporarily by reporting into 4B2, two reasons: you have not fulfilled the conditions, or you have not made any payment to a vendor, or the vendor has not paid the taxes under Rule 37A. In these cases, you will do a reversal. You need to have a system to track these reversals. And ITC, you need to have a method that what is available in the IMS and what is not available in the IMS. We will do a demo of it. Rule 37, again, Manisha would be showing a demo of it. It's now quite important that by September, you have to check whether all your suppliers have paid the taxes or not. How will you know whether they have paid the taxes or not? By seeing 3B. If they have filed 3B, that means taxes have been paid. Now, R1 can be 100, 3B can be 0. Then it is the liability of the department to go chase the supplier and get the money. If the supplier has filed a 3B, you would make an assumption that they have paid the taxes. And this is a Rule 37A, which needs to be complied with. ECRS, every month you need to do what is your opening balance. During the current month, how much you have reversed, that means you have availed it, how much you have reclaimed, how much you are adding it. So you, like, if opening balance is 100, and let's say in 4B2 you are reporting 20 rupees, that means you are adding to your shadow ledger 120 rupees. In the current month, you have to avail 80 rupees. You will report in 4D1 and 4A5. It will go to your less 80 rupees. Your closing balance would be 120 minus 80, 40 rupees. You have to do on a monthly basis and once in a year basis. Again, GST Zen will help you in tracking at invoice level what you are reversing and what you are availing month over month. What are the possible errors that happen? See, something we should have been reported in 4B1 will go to 4B2. Then you need to bring back to 4D1 and again report it into 4B1. This is something you have to do. Next, ITC, which has been reversed in table 4B2 and reclaimed in 4A5, is actually found as ineligible. Then that you have to report it in 4B1, right? Our ITC is reclaimed, but it is not disclosed in 4D1. In the next month, you just report in 4D1, do not take any action, do not report into 4A5. That will also be fine. Eligible ITC is reversed. Okay, this we have discussed. With regards to IMS, yeah, this is regarding the earlier we have discussed on ECRS. This is with regards to IMS. If an ineligible ITC has to be reversed, you cannot keep it in pending in an IMS. You have to reclaim, you have to report it, bring it back into this. If you think that it doesn't even pertain to you or you have a doubt, you will keep it pending. Once you kept it pending, the communication will go to the supplier. Supplier can also amend. The moment he is amending, the original option will go up and the new record will come that action has to come. Let's say you have accepted it, but you have not filed. You have accepted it, but you have not filed. Even supplier is not filed his 1A. If he is making any corrections, your original actions will go off and new action has to be taken in IMS. Debit note pending in IMS. There is a lot of question that was coming up that should the debit note, credit notes be kept pending, and this is something they are yet to take a call on credit note, but debit note, if there is a dispute going on, it can be kept pending because it is as good as an invoice. If it is not disputed, You will accept in IMS, it will be coming into 3B and you will be availing the credits. Last part of the discussion of mine, in another couple of minutes, I'll wrap it up and hand it over to Manisha. RCM, this is also you have to reconcile because you will be availing credit, import of goods, import of services, or 9 subsection 3, 5 subsection 3 credits which are reverse charge. You need to do a similar reconciliation. You will not have any ECRS for the, you will not have IMS for RCM, but you will have all interest. Major RCM expenditure which you need to comb is all the line items I have put it in. Whatever which is in blue color are something which are applicable month over month. Please look at it. And on the right corner, there is a red color. This is renting of an immovable property. If you are booking any rental expenditure, this has been added in July of 22. From then, in 23, this got added. And from then, this has been also another entry. I still see some of the people are not aware of it and they are not complying with the RCM. General health check. Every time there is any additional place of business, you have to please add it in your REG 06. Here in VAT regime, we had a concept of listing goods, endorsing in the registration certificate. That's not there, but additional place of business has to be done. Whenever there is a change in directors, please report it to the government portal. Change in contact number, phone number, email ID, please do it. Do not give a personal email ID of the accountant or the Gmail, and if they leave the organization, getting them updated is going to become challenge. Every time when you log in, there would be a pop-up that would be coming saying that authenticate your other. Please do it. There is a general tendency, something comes up, you'll put an escape and close it. That has to be done. If you have branches in different state, it has to be a new registration. Whenever you have a multiple registrations, you have to do an ISD registration. In earlier sessions of ours, we have discussed what is ISD and to whom it is applicable. You can go to the YouTube channel of GST Zen. You can watch for the ISD in detail. With this, we have come to end of the theory session. I will hand it over to Manisha, who will actually walk us through the advanced ITC reconciliation with the GST Zen. So Manisha, over to you.
Thank you, sir. I'll just share my screen.
Manisha, are you there?
So my screen is visible, right? Can you please confirm once?
I am not able to hear the audio.
Able to see the screen?
Lakshmi, are you able to hear Manisha's voice?
No, sir.
Just give us a moment, little technical. Okay, good, great.
Am I audible clearly, sir, now? Yes, you're audible. Thank you for the confirmation, Lakshmi. Yeah, hi. Very good afternoon, everybody. So today, as Venu sir explained about this ITC reconciliation and other reports, I will be showing you that how you can access all that report and do the ITC reconciliation using GST Zen with very simple steps and with more time. So as I have shared my screen, so this is our GST Zen dashboard. Once you log in and sign up and log in, this will be this screen you will be getting. So this is how we are showing all the GST numbers which you have added in your GST account. Plus, we have these tabs here where you can add new GST
Hello.
number. Using this add your GST tab, you can add more GST number. Yes, Lakshmi.
Ma'am, your voice is
Hello.
not audible.
Not audible. Okay, you just give me a sec. Now audible.
Yes, now audible.
Yes. Is screen also visible?
Yeah, screen is visible.
Manisha ma'am, can you continue? You just check the audio.
Log into your GST, then account. This will be the dashboard where you will see all the GST numbers. Sorry for the internet glitch. So as you can see on the screen, we have our main dashboard. So once you sign up and log into GST Zen, this is the main screen, what you get. As you can see, it has all the GST numbers, whatever we have registered. On the right hand side, we have this add GSTN tab, which you can use to add more GST numbers in the dashboard and to work with the GST Zen. So when you click on it, it will ask the GST number. You can provide the taxpayer name and the taxpayer type. You can add multiple GST numbers by just entering the GST number in the required column. And you need to hit this add to account tab. Let's go to the previous screen. Then we have this manage multiple GSTNs. So if you want to upload the data for the sales register and the purchase register for multiple GSTNs, you can use this tab. This tab allows you to upload the purchase register and sales register for multiple GST numbers. Then we have the third tab, that is autopilot. So this tab allows you to work for multiple GST numbers in one go. Like you can download and fetch the data for multiple GST numbers in one go from the portal, or you can you can file the return, you can check the return status, whether the return has been filed or not for multiple GST numbers. The next tab we have is this notice, where you can track
all the notices, whatever is being issued to your GST number under this dashboard. So here it will give you the status, it will give you the complete GST number, whether it's an order, demand, whatever number it's associated to that notice, from where is it issued, what type of a notice is it, whether it is an order or it's a demand or it's just a simple notice, the date of issuance, due date, and the amount of demand. So it will give you a complete structure in a tabular format to understand for a particular notice. Now, let me just search for a GST number using which I can show you that how you can do the reconciliation. So I just search on the GST number in the search bar. You can just type the name of the GST number, or you can search as per the GST. So when you search, you reach to a second screen where you get the major options, that is download a report, reconciliation, and file GST return. And download a report option, we have multiple reports like consolidated report where you can see the comparison of GSTR 1, 2A, 2B, 3B. You can have a monthly or a full year GSTR 1 download report. You can have download GSTR 1 e-invoice report, 1A report, 2A, 2B, 3B. All such reports are available under this. So we also have this electronic ledger report. Can you please click on this electronic ledger report? So here under this electronic ledger report, you will have a tabular format for this ITC ledger where you can check for the cash ledger, whether there's a tax or an penalty or an interest or a fee or other things are there. Similarly, you can just fetch the data and download the report. Let me just show you that how this report looks like. So can you please open the report? Okay. So this is an electronic ledger report where you get a sheet where you can see the ledger balances. It also gives you the data availability check, cash balance check. You can just check for whether is the full data available or not. You can check for this ITC ledger entries. So there are multiple sheets in this Excel which you can use to track for your electronic cash ledger and credit ledgers. So this is an whole report. Let me take you back to the previous main screen where I was explaining you about the reports. So in here under the second tab, that is reconcile book versus government portal data, we have four types of reconciliations, that is purchase register versus 2A, purchase register versus 2B, sales register versus GSTR 1, sales register versus GSTR 1 e-invoices. So I'll be quickly discussing the process that how you do the reconciliation with purchase register versus GSTR 2B. So once I select on this, it asks me for the financial year. So here I'll be choosing it 24-25. So once I choose this, it will take me to the next screen where in the first step, it will ask me to log into the government portal, and you can do the same using the OTP or the username and password. So we have already logged in using the OTP. So as you can see here, it gives you a complete tabular structure to see which all data is downloaded and which is yet to download. So I'll be clicking on this checkbox to tick on the box to tick on the check boxes where the circle is yellow. Yellow means the details not yet downloaded from the government portal. Once I click on the check boxes, I will hit on the download from the government portal. Once I click on it, it is asked for the next option, that is to give a command. I will click on this yes, and it will take 2 to 3 minutes to fetch the data from the government portal. Whatever data is being fetched, it will give you the notification on the left hand side of your screen. As you can see, it is giving the data is imported. So once we get all these green circles, we can move to the step 2, that is uploading your purchase register. Here we have two options. Either you can upload an Excel or you can use Tally integration. So today I'll be using this upload purchase register. So when I click on this option, it will give me 2 sample downloads, which I can refer for my reference. There is no restriction over using our template. These 2 templates are for your reference. You can use your own template. So here I'll be uploading one purchase register file. So here we have two formats. One is at the line item level and the second one is as per the invoice level. So I'll be just proceeding with the file upload. It will take the time depending upon the number of entries you have in your Excel. As I mentioned that there is no restriction over using our Excel template. You can use your own template, and I will show you in the next step that how you can instruct this GST Zen system to pick the particular information from your particular column. So here, this is how, like as I mentioned, you will be giving an instruction to the software that from which particular column particular information has to be picked. At the top, you can see all the columns of the Excel, whatever you have uploaded. Not necessarily you have to use our template. You can use your own as well. So here you will be doing the mapping. That means letting the software know from which particular column the information has to be picked. And whichever has this red star are the mandatory columns, whichever you have to map. You will get a drop down. And you just have to select the column from the drop down. So here I can see that supplier GST. In my Excel sheet also, the option, the column name is supplier GST. Similarly, you have to map all the necessary columns which are required for the reconciliation. And you will be just moving ahead. Also, once like you are going, if you're using your own Excel and you are going to use the same Excel every time, you don't have to do this mapping again and again. It will automatically pick the mapping, and you just have to make sure you just have to see that all the columns are perfectly mapped, and you can proceed. You don't have to map again and again every time whenever you are uploading an Excel. Again, it will take the time depending upon the entries, and it will pick the information from the columns wherever you have mapped. This is how it will show you the progress bar, that the invoices are processing. And once it is done, it will give you a next screen with a quick summary where you can check all the numbers, whether they are matching as per your record or not. Get a message on the left hand side. There is a pop-up that data import complete, and you can just check here whether all the taxable amounts, CGST, SGST amounts are matching with your data. Once you are satisfied with it, you just have to hit the confirm and save entries button. And if there is any glitch or maybe the mapping is incorrect, it will give you an error report down the screen. You just have to scroll and check. Currently, there is no issue with the data, and it uploaded very smooth. So now we have checked it, we have reviewed the data. Now we are uploading and saving it into GST Zen database for the purpose of reconciliation. So here you can see the data is uploaded completely. If you want to take a look whether what number of entries or how is it, you can click on view uploaded entries, and it will take you to a next screen, that is the purchase register. Here we have this option search and filter. Once you click on this, there are few filters for your easy search thing. You can search for a particular invoice number. You can provide a date range. You can search for a specific seller. So whenever you provide this, you just have to hit this filter result, and it will give you the required result here. Let's go back to the previous reconciliation screen. So first step was to get the data from the government portal. Second step was to upload the purchase register. With that, we have done all the two steps. Now the third step is to run the matcher. So here we have this run purchase detail matcher. So it gives us the two options, that is maximum days difference and maximum tax amount difference. You can choose the maximum days up to 30 days and the tax amount difference up to your choice. Here I have provided 30 and 100 and I'll run this matcher. This matcher is an important step as it matches all your invoices, whichever you have fetched from the portal or you have uploaded in your purchase register. It will match all the invoices on the basis of seller's detail, on the basis of invoice amount, invoice number. So all these is being taken into consideration while performing this reconciliation, and I hit this download reports button. So once I click on it, it will take me back to the previous screen. And with this, we have done all the steps for the reconciliation. Now it's time to download the report. So I'll be coming back to step 4 after I'll explain about the step 5 report. So here we get 3 types of a report, that is invoice detail on the basis of invoice date on the basis of 3B claim period and 2B filing period. So here I'll be downloading one consolidated report for 2B filing period. So this is how it will show me the progress. The report is processing, and it will give me the report in a couple of minutes. While explaining this report, I will show you that how you can save your working of reconciliation without keeping this report in your system. You can directly save your working into GST Zen, and later when you download the report, you will get all the working in the report. Let's just quickly open the report. We have to unblock the macros to have a full access to the report. So this is our reconciliation, to be reconciliation report. So it has 5 sheets. One is the overview sheet where you will get all the figures, which you can refer, that what is the count of the invoices, what is the amount as per books, as per portal, and if there is any difference, you will see more, you will understand more about this report once I explain you the third sheet, that is to be invoice reconciliation. But before that, let me take you to GSTR 2B summary sheet. On this sheet, you can find the GSTR 2B data at the summary level. It will give you what all IGST is there in the IGST, in the CGST and SGST. You can find the figures separately if you refer to this GSTR 2B summary sheet. Now moving to the next sheet, you can also have the GSTR 3B table data in the second sheet. Third sheet is GSTR 2B invoice reconciliation. So this is your main sheet where you will be performing all your reconciliation and saving directly into GST Zen. So it will have all the necessary details. It will give you the details for document type, whether there is an amendment, what all details are there for the seller's GST number as per books, as per portal. It will give you the invoice number as per books and portal. Also, moving to the right, it will give you the supplier, place of supply. Is there any reverse charge as per books, as per portal? If moving to the taxable amounts, here it will give us all the amounts as per books and as per portal. If we refer to the column AM, so that is the match type. And if we see, if we see in the drop down, we can see it will give us the reconcile data, which is books and portal, all the invoices which are there only in books and only in portal. If you see the taxable amounts as per books and as per portal, so all the amounts which are highlighted in green states that these are the amounts, or these are the invoices which are matched as per books and portal. All the invoices which are highlighted or the taxable amounts highlighted in blue states that these are the invoices which are there in portal and there is no match found as per your books. If I go with the yellow invoices, a yellow highlighted taxable amount, it states that these are the invoices which are there in books and no matching invoice are there as per the portal. Moving to this peachish color columns. These are my main columns where I will be performing all my reconciliation. So if I speak for AN column, that is RECO action. Under this RECO action, we get a drop down and we can select our action from here only. We have review later, we have wrong invoice by the supplier, we have an option lost ITC, email to supplier sent and lock match. Let's suppose I am keeping few invoices as lock match for books and portal. Wherever it is books and portal, let's put it as lock match. And I will show you that how you can save this working into GST Zen directly, and also explaining you about the advanced report what we have in step 4. Before that, let me just quickly talk about the rest of the columns we have. So here, moving to the next column, that is ITC eligibility. Again, we get one, again, in this column, we have a drop down. We can choose whether it's ineligible or eligible or it's common credit. You can choose among these options in the drop down. Next we have is this ITC claim status. Again, we get a drop down. You can accept, you can put it as accepted, rejected, pending, accept, and reverse. Next column we have is this claim date. Like if you want to keep a note of any of the invoices where you have another claim date as per your record, you can record all such things in the AQ column. Then we have this RECO notes. If you want to make a note of any of the reconciliation, whether it's for invoice in the books or in the portal or it's a matched invoice, you can keep your all records in this particular AR column, that is record notes. Next, we have this force match. If there is any invoice which should be matched, but it's not matched because of the running matcher or the invoices number are not matching or the supplier details are not matching, then you can access this force match option, which will match the portal invoice with your books. Moving to the columns ahead, it will also give you the customer GST number, buyer GST number, seller's GST number, whether it's matched, not matched. So these are all for your reference. You can check this out by downloading a to-be report from GST Zen. So now, as I mentioned, that you can also check for this amendment date and all that is there. As I mentioned that you can save all these peachish color columns, all these workings of this peachish color columns directly into GST Zen. So here in GST Zen, we have one tab with the name GST Zen at the top. If you can navigate to my cursor, then we have this update invoices tab. Whatever actions you have taken in this peachish color, it will save into GST Zen. Once you click on this invoices tab, it will give you a progress bar like this, and all the data, whatever actions you have taken, it will go and sit into GST Zen database. Let's complete this progress bar. Then we'll be talking for the next two sheets and moving back to the step 4 of the reconciliation, from where you can download the action-based report. Whatever actions you have taken, you can download a report based on these actions as well. Just let's click on this OK and move to the next GSTR amendments versus original sheet. This is purely a reference sheet where you can check for the invoices, whatever is amended. Is there any data available like on the original basis, what the original invoice number was, or the date or the place of supply. So you can check all these data in this sheet, what all is amended, what for is amended, and what was the original data for this amended invoice. Moving to the next sheet, that is GSTR. vendor, GSTR 2B by vendor. So this is purely a raw data which you have fetched from the portal or you have uploaded. You can apply multiple features here, multiple filters here to work for a specific supplier GSTN or for various tax amounts, or to check if there is any difference as per the books and portal. It will give you all the necessary information, but in a raw form. Of course, you have to apply the filter and reach to your concluded data. Let's go back to the GSTs then. So this is about the reconciliation report. I would suggest go ahead, sign up, log in, download one reconciliation report, explore. Once you sign up, you will get a trial period of 1 week where you can add one GST number, download a report, and go for it. So this is how this reconciliation report works. Now, let me just take you back to the fourth step, which I told you that I will be explaining post I explain about the report. So here we have one advanced report feature. So from this step, you can download whatever working you have done in the reconciliation report. If you just want to consider the data where you have done some working, you can download the report from here. So here you can see that you can apply the filter like you have done. You have the first features column with the name reconciliation status, where we have put in that we can have the review later, we can have wrong invoice by supplier or email supplier or lock match. You can apply, you can just tick on the check boxes for what all you want to consider and download the report. So here we have done for review later and the lock match. So when I download the report, it will give me only the invoices where I have provided these particular working. So let's just quick download a report and show you that how the report looks like for all the working you have done in the reconciliation to be report. Okay. So this is our advanced RICO report. So here, if you go to that GSTR2B invoice RICO report, you will find only the data where we have applied one or the other function. So if you check the AN column, you will see all the RICO actions are there for the lock match and for the review later. And these are the invoices which we have chosen from the previous full-fledged 2B RICO report. Similarly, like this is how you can apply for multiple like multiple options while choosing the advanced report, and this is how you will get the data. Go back to the previous screen. We have another main report under this reconciliation, that is GSTR. No, it's the report is 4B2 report. So all the temporary reversals you are doing in 4B2 of GSTR 3B can be tracked using this report. So let's quickly download a report and take a glimpse of this report as well. This is how you will get the data of this, like in this report. You have the features color columns here as well for your reference. So you can see what all is there under this RICO action, whether it's ITC eligibility, ITC status. So this is how this report helps you to track for your temporary reversal data, which you need to report in GSTR 3B. So this is about the report. I would suggest go download this report, explore it. Go back to GST then. So this is how you can perform your reconciliation using GST Zen. So here you can perform the reconciliations with 2A, with 2B. You can have GSTR1, GSTR1E invoices. Now I would just quickly take you to GSTR2A report. would like to show you one column which Venu sir mentioned, that is vendor filing status in our 2A report. Let's not perform the complete step. The steps are absolutely same for 2A reconciliation as well. Like step 1 is downloading or fetching the data from the government portal. Uploading your purchase register would be step 2. Running the matcher would be step 3. And in step 4, you can download the reports. So I'll be just quickly downloading a report on the basis of the previous working what we have in our system, and would just like to show you that that we have this 3B vendor filing status column in our 2A report. So this is our GSTR 2A reconciliation report. If we refer to this column K, so as Venu sir explained, that you can refer to this particular column, which will help you for your reversal as per section 37A. So you can check out this GSTR 2A report, maybe for this vendor filing status thing. It will give you whether its status is yes or no. You can check out this column and this report for the reconciliation as well. Go back to GST Zen, and let me just quickly talk about another option we have. I'll be just taking 2 more minutes of yours. That is file GST return. You can file your returns through GST Zen with few quick simple steps, as the data will auto populate. You can file your GSTR1, you can file your GSTR1A, 3B, and your annual returns 9 and 9C. The steps are quite simple. Data will auto populate. You can fetch the data, whatever is there on the government portal, directly log in through OTP or with the username and password. With this, GST Zen helps you to fulfill all your compliance duties. With this, I'll hand over it back to Venu sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Manisha. It's wonderfully you have covered all the features of GST Zen on reconciliation and vendor-related filing status and filing GST R1 and other aspects. Friends, filing R1, we have a detailed video which we have done earlier. And there were questions that came up in the chat. All the questions were answered. And if you still have any doubt, feel free to write to us. And we have our YouTube channel where we share to our users a lot of GST updates and little quality review of anything, any new feature that comes any given point of time from the portal. So you can scan this QR code and join our GST updates group. You can directly click on the link and join it, or you can write to us. Any technical queries on the product, write to support@gstzen.in. If it is on domain related on the GST, you can reach to me, venu@vnv.ca. It's our endeavor. We update our customers and especially GST enthusiasts on getting the GST complaints right on top. And when I say right, RIGST, is like you doing it in a right way. That's endeavor, that you be doing the complaints at a right way. It's always said the cost of GST compliance is much lower than cost of non-compliance. Yeah. Having said that, we will catch up again in the next webinar. This is also live on YouTube. You can watch us on our YouTube, and if you subscribe to GST Zen, whenever live webinars that happen, you will get the intimations automatically. With this note, we come to end of today's session. Special thanks to Lakshmi and Vasista for managing whole of the session. Again, Manisha and Akila for providing the technical content to our users. Thank you and good day.
Thank